Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to your mid-July 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Uh-oh. Looking for another job, I guess. The heart of the matter is the Devil card. You can see the person being manipulated by strings that the devil is holding on to, and they're able to control this individual. And that's kind of how you may feel if you're like in a job where you really don't feel good about for whatever reason. Maybe it's the boss, if you have like a narcissistic boss, or you just don't agree with the type of work anymore. There's so many possibilities, but you might be tempted because of the money or the status. Then the Devil card is showing that kind of, I would call it, dilemma. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be there forever and experience that if you refuse to leave now, but you might have to really get clear on why you're doing what you're doing. I'll say the card that crosses you is the Ace of Swords, so there could be some lack of clarity, mental clarity about your situation. Maybe you're lying to yourself. In the past position, we have the King of Wands reversed. So this could be like a king can be an authority figure, including either a parent or a whatchamacallit, like a boss, anybody in a position of authority. This is what do they call that? There's divine masculine, and then there's toxic masculinity. And I'm assigning gender, but I suppose a woman could exhibit these traits too. Anybody who is lording their power over someone else. But yeah, I mean, this could be a parent if you are receiving money from a parent and you are an adult and you feel this sense of like, well, I really don't want to do this, but I really need the money. And if you have a narcissistic parent and you are either dependent on them materially, or sometimes you take money from them and then they feel like they can tell you what to do, and that really bothers you, then you have to think about the cost of compliance and going along with all of that. Because even if you really appreciate having that money, if it comes at such a steep price, it's probably not worth it. So yeah, I mean, it could be a parental versus a boss. And you may feel like you are a puppet on the string of this individual. Like you can't break away from it, but in your heart of hearts you could if you wanted to, but you just want that financial aspect of it a lot more than you want your own freedom. And once you really get clear on that, it will all come together for you, and then you'll be more likely to embrace the important things. The higher message is the Two of Pentacles. This is a card of like maybe going to school and working, like something where you're doing two things at once. But it could even be like getting another job. Maybe if you have been dependent on a situation, whether it be a current job or um, a toxic parent who is trying to control you through money with money, there could be like a simple solution of like just get another little job, a part-time job, and you can have that money and you won't have to sell your soul for money, because it doesn't feel good if you are having issues that way, that you want to burn any bridges, so to speak. So you may just like say, okay, I'm going to do this for now. But it really, because you don't realize how negative the impact has been. And so, I mean, obviously, you have to do what makes sense to you, and it's not about somebody else telling you what to do. But what I always say is, like with money, you can't take it with you. So it's not like it's like the ultimate thing. It's important. It has its important context in certain aspects of life, but it's not the end all be all. And so, even with the New Age community, a lot of times there's this celebration of money, but it's important to look at what the cost is before you are pursuing a certain type of job, because it might be even like just the stress if you're working a high stress job. So something might be going on where you are trying to see how you can make things work given your current circumstances. Just make sure that it all adds up, because the Ace of Swords in the challenge position can make the person's thinking maybe kind of muddled. They're not really tuning into what the truth is. What's coming in is the Five of Cups. This is a card of mourning the loss of something. And if, an example is the Devil card may be that you really saw that side of your boss that you feel is unethical or just plain, abusive to the staff, and you just don't want to work in an environment with them. And it's just not the opinion that other people have. And even within yourself, you may have had this dream of like a certain type of thing unfolding as it pertained to your job that just never materialized. So mourning the loss of, like, mourning the death of a dream, perhaps, might be what's going on now. The outcome is the Knight of Wands. This is a very adventurous card. So you may make up your mind, and Scorpio, I feel like a good number of Scorpios might be on the more cautious side when it comes to your finances, your job. So you may not be that willing to kind of let go of whatever inhibitions or actually like misgivings that you might have about a particular situation. Because it could be one of those things where it's the devil, where you just are kind of like comfortable to a certain degree because you are accepting that someone is the way that they are, and you don't want to completely walk away from that job. I understand that now a little bit more because you're not even 50 years old. So I'm not even talking about astrological timing, although there is some along those lines. But I'm talking about this idea of the person who is really looking good at whatever age you're at. And it's kind of like an energetic thing because the Knight of Wands is very fiery, and you just feel this sense of everything is going to fall into place. I'm ready for the transformation. You're not, it's just like kind of a maturity, but also a sense of playfulness. I mean, actually, the Knight of Wands isn't really supposed to be that mature because it's connected to the fire element, which is more youthful and also less stable. So you may actually be kind of like have a lot of energy surges and feel very strongly about it. But anyway, that would be the timeline. And so that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated, Scorpio. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double readings. They're astrologically based. They're in the link below too. I hope that you have a great rest of this week, and all the best to you. Bye.